So, yeah, that shit could be staged.
Oh, absolutely. A crazy week.
Because at the same exact time, we were talking about the Elon calling Trump a pedophile, basically, and being on Epstein's island. But then at the same time that Elon done that and that news broke, how was Kash Patel and JD both on
two of the biggest podcasts in the country
at the exact same time that Elon fucking dropped his bombshell?
Makes you wonder.
Dude, this shit.
Trump hasn't said a thing either, has he?
He has, I think. He said one tweet or whatever, but he basically was his whole thing about it was like, Elon, look, like what the fuck and all that shit, and just was Trump's acting like nah, it is what it is.
I've heard mixed stuff coming from every angle, saying that Elon's been stressed like crazy these last few weeks, like there's something going on.
And then that, because all that shit started coming out about him being like on drugs and shit. So
I wouldn't doubt it that he's on some sort of
they were saying like he's on Molly and ketamine and just like
would not surprise me at all. I mean, look at him.
Yeah. And he's on it, dude. He's like kind of a fucking nerd and severely autistic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, like a normal person would struggle in what he's doing, and then he's doing it, and
he's trying to go to a battle against the dude that's like his whole thing is being really good at knowing how to fucking maneuver in the fucking media. And dude never fucking drinks, smokes, does nothing. Completely dead sober. Imagine how locked in Trump is, especially when it comes to navigating the media and shit.
Aside from his copious amounts of Diet Coke.
He just knows, all you're on is Diet Coke, dude. Beast. The entire time. And then literally, that's what makes me think either Trump knew that Elon was going to try some shit like that, because at the exact same time the fucking news broke, he had JD on Theo's and fucking Kash Patel on Rogan's. And Rogan was like, somebody needs to take Elon's phone away. This dude's fucking going crazy right now.
Yeah, I don't know what to believe. I think that's part of the game.
I don't either. But the old demon rats, dude, they love it. They love that they're just fighting.
I ain't heard that one before. Demon rats?
Yeah, the Democrats.
Hell yeah.
Demon rat, dude, they love that they're just fighting. Because Aaron hit me up about all that shit, and I was just looking at it like, well, I didn't vote, so it's none of my business.
Oh, that's right. You didn't vote in the last one, did you?
No. Unaffiliated.
I did vote, and I did vote for Trump.
If he for real is.
But it was a pick your poison type scenario, you know?
Look, I don't know. Because haven't you always had the feeling, especially since we've seen the Trump and Epstein pictures from years ago, there's like news footage of him bouncing around a party with him. Me and you like Trump. But have you always had that deep gut feeling, you're like, he may have fucking been with Epstein and raped some fucking kids?
I think that about anybody that's any type of political figure, celebrity or anything like that. I might like you up front. I might like how you act or how you behave or some of the policies that you have. But ultimately, I know that you're all just part of this big cabal.
And the whole Epstein thing, you know, like being Israeli intelligence. And then it's so weird to me whenever you see Trump like loves Israel and like wants to defend them and shit. You're like, they got the fucking book on you, dude. I think
I don't work for the Department of Foreign Affairs. I think that we shouldn't have our thumbs in a lot of the places that we do.
I think Israel has a thumb on a lot of our politicians because of Epstein, because he was Israeli intelligence. Because you know Ghislaine's dad was Mossad.
Yeah,
and then supposedly Ghislaine was like his handler, right?
Mm-hmm.
And was like the one that curated the whole thing, which is why she's not dead and just basically in Club Med.
This is the information that I need, and this is who we need to.
And then Israel has all the shit on a lot of our politicians, and that's why they get their anything they fucking want. So I'm wondering, because through Epstein.
What a fucked up situation. If it were to come to light that were the truth.
Big if true.
My God.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Maybe Elon was just stressed out and just said, fuck it, I'm just going to just drop this bombshell and just turn my phone off.
Yeah. Yeah, he may have done that.
But he's still on Twitter like battling and shit.
No. Well, I mean, it was like, he posted that, it was like middle of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that, like middle of the day. And then, like, I pulled it up. That had been going on all day. And then I had got on X. I think I was sitting on the fucking toilet. Got on X and looked, and I had seen that, like, 2 hours ago, he had reposted one of Trump's things talking about something, and he was like, wise words. And I was like, how you going to attack the man the way you did and then repost something that he posted and say wise words? What is going on?
And
it's a distraction. It's a distraction.
What sucks is me and you ain't been paying attention to none of this shit.
I barely paid attention to anything.
Dude, this just came out of the blue, out of nowhere, and I'm like, okay.
I only seen it because it popped up. I was watching memes.
Allegedly, they were beefing about what was it, the big beautiful bill, dude?
Yeah, the big ugly bill is what Elon's calling it.
I don't know what's in that bill.
I have no idea.
Well,
I do know that there's one thing in there that I was kind of like, because what they talked about it on JRE.
Yeah,
there is a 10-year protection plan on AI in there.
Oh, and it's like privacy rights and shit.
They
like
are
that,
not
right?
allowed to sue, to condemn. There's no laws to be written against AI for the next 10 years.
Oh shit!
No laws are allowed to be written against
it
for the next 10 years.
And then something about his tariffs too. Well, here's what pissed me off about Elon. Elon was like, these Trump tariffs are going to cause a recession in the second half of the year. And it's like, dude, if you haven't realized it right now, we're basically already in a fucking recession. Yeah. Almost close to a depression. Like, shit's fucking expensive as shit everywhere. You go to work all the fucking time.
The value of the dollar is teetering on a seesaw of just death and despair. Yeah.
I mean, they try to act like we ain't struggling right now.
$38 trillion in debt.
They try to act like the American person is not fucking already struggling right now. Mm. Like, dude, get a grip, dude. We are all fucking going through some bullshit.
It's the 80% of us there in the middle that are taking the brunt of it. And I did see, I guess I know a little bit more about what's in that bill than I thought. It was supposed to cut spending and all that stuff. No, it increases our debt by like 20 trillion. It goes from like 38 trillion up to like 57 trillion. It's like, what are you doing with all that money?
I don't know.
That's 20 some odd trillion dollars that just poof magically appear. What's that going to do to the economy?
Dude, and here's
what
the thing.
Is that going to do?
I have no clue like how none of this shit works either. Like how the economy works and all that shit.
We're not supposed to. That's why we're not taught it in school.
They're like,
it's all by design.
Whenever they say shit like, oh, we're $38 trillion in debt, I'm like, what does that even mean?
Yeah. It's because we're an import nation.
Yeah.
We don't really export jack shit. The U.S. doesn't like really produce anything.
See, and the way I've seen it, especially over like the past year or so, is like we basically just can do whatever the fuck we want. And the world basically does nothing. Like, we sent all that shit to Ukraine to fight against Russia, and Russia just stood there and fucking took it. It's like if your neighbor was fighting with your other neighbor, but you were just supplying one of your neighbor's weapons. And your other neighbor was like, dude, what the fuck? What the fuck?
I think of it as like a snake. When you see a snake, you know, it's bigger than what it looks like.
But you know what I'm saying? America is just, we do whatever the fuck we want to, dude.
It's this thing that sits there.
It's crazy.
And it's kind of dumb. You look at it and it looks kind of dumb. It's being, ran by some idiots. Not a lot of brain cells there. But it's got these two really dangerous things. The military-industrial complex and our military. That's our fangs.
That's what Steve Bannon was talking about.
We're just this worm with two fangs. Yeah, we're just going to go wherever we want to do, and we're kind of dumb and stupid while we do it, but
because Tim asked...
step on us.
Yeah, because Tim was asking Steve Bannon about fucking... He was like, why don't these other countries fucking step up and do something? And he's like... Steve Bannon was like, dude, they know that whenever... They don't want to have a kinetic war with the United States because they know that we're real fucking good at blowing shit up and fucking killing people.
Yeah.
They'd rather try to win through economics and shit.
I like to look at it, and this is just to make me feel a little bit better. I like to think that the other countries are smart enough to look at the United States and know that the government is retarded, but their people aren't.
Yeah.
And then you look back and you start looking at social media. What does every social media platform have in common for the American people? It makes us look like fucking retards.
Yeah.
Like, that was the entire point of TikTok, was to show off America's stupidity and flamboyancy. And then you go to Chinese TikTok, and it's like honor and engineering lessons.
Go to school.
Smart, like smart stuff. You're always learning
and
something.
that's allegedly, though. Because they're
no, that's like proven.
I know
factual.
that, but they're also having big problems with like the generation that's coming up now that's like our age. Everybody's like, dude, we do not want to be fucking communists no more.
No, they don't want it.
They're like starting to rise up, and
the old geezers are like having a hard time.
And the government's like, oh fuck. And then allegedly their population is only like 300 million. Have you heard that?
Yes, I've heard that. I've heard that they were on the brink of population collapse 3 years ago, and that within 10 years they were going to have a serious detrimental crisis on
It's
their
like
hands.
all dudes because that one child policy.
Yeah.
Dude, that is not a good situation.
You're running into a pretty detrimental situation there.
Yeah.
And I think COVID had a lot more of an impact on their population than they were ever going to let out. They let their numbers out, but they were fabricated. It's China.
Yeah.
You know that they're fabricated numbers.
And then being you remember those videos of them like welding people into their fucking houses and shit? Mm-hmm. Dude, that was crazy.
Yeah, and you can kind of see that in the numbers of like how many Chinese students are in the United States. Like, it used to be upwards of like 275,000 or 212,000. Like, I can see the number in my head, but I don't remember it. And now it's like well below 100,000. Their children have stopped coming over here for school. Like, what happened to all the kids? What are you doing? Where'd they all go? Because they were like school-age kids that were going to school here pre-COVID, post-COVID. 2, 3, here we are, 5 years later? And now there's like more than half of the kids that were going here aren't here anymore. So it's like, what happened?
Dude, they're going to get real bad karma for killing all those, whenever the world, like the one child policy or whatever. Dude, I think that's pretty terrible karma that you're going to end up having. Because imagine all those people that could have been, but you ended up killing all of them.
It breeds negativity.
Yeah.
I mean, think of all those mothers that had their children taken away just because you had this stupid law.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine the hate for your government throughout your populace because of that policy.
That's going to be bad karma too. Bad.
Yeah. It's coming. And I think it's not going to come in the form that you and I might hope it does. Mass evisceration of, the people that have done this.
I think they're just all, like how every communist country ends, everybody just starves and dies.
It could go down that route, or their karma could come in the fact of what it's doing right now. Their younger generations are saying, we don't want this anymore.
Yeah.
We're done with this. We're done with this. And it could just be the slow downfall of another communist nation in the modern world where people are kind of aligned with good morals and beliefs, for the most part.
That's another thing. I put America's morality up against any other fucking countries. Because we basically just say, do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I believe in the real grassroots, when you actually talk to real people. But that whole fabricated theatrical bullshit that they spout from our government, the love, liberty, pursuit of whatever, like, no, none of that's true because you're not chasing any of that. You're just a greedy little monkey chasing dollar signs. Like, you're not out here actually living the American life. So when you talk to real people, and real people are like, I don't care what you do. Just leave me out of it. Let me do my own thing. You do your own thing. And if you need my help, let me know. I'll help you. We're all just here, just doing this together. So, do your thing. Make your money. Live your life. Do what you want to do. Don't cram it down my throat. Yeah. I don't want to hear about it. Like, if I don't agree with it, I'm allowed to disagree with it.
Dude, their internet would suck, too. To have China's internet. Because you can't, like...
Oh, yeah, to have it constantly censored.
Yeah. That shit would be terrible.
Tailored.
Can they even have Twitter?
I don't know.
I don't even think they could. Because the shit you see on there is wild.
I know you can't in North Korea.
I don't even think they have phones in North Korea, do they?
No.
And they made it nearly impossible to fucking escape.
Did you ever watch the JRE with that girl that escaped North Korea?
Yeah, the one with the huge tits. Dude.
I didn't watch the video part of it, so
yeah.
She might, allegedly. But I seen a clip of her the other day talking, and she was saying that, like, if your house burns down, your family's not the first thing you get out of there. It's the portrait of Dickhead off the wall.
Dude, I'd be pissed.
That's the first thing you take with
Oh,
you.
and have you heard, if you don't like cry hard enough, and
If you
like,
don't cry hard
scream
enough when something's going on, if you don't dust the picture. She said that like they would just show up like 2 a.m. in the morning, knock on your door, wake you all up, come in, do an inspection of your home, and if they got up to the portrait of Kim and there's dust on it, they would beat you and like take your family out in the street and beat you and then tell you to go dust the portrait.
Dude, how do they keep getting away with that?
I don't know. Well, I mean, you're so locked in. Those people, they do not know.
They don't have the Second Amendment either.
They do not know what the outer world is.
Yeah.
The ones that are like deep-seated and have lived there all their life.
They have no clue.
They know of rumors of the outside world, but they don't know the outside world. They have no connection to the outside world. So they live there. That is their life. That is their religion. It's that country. And then there's like the outliers, the ones that are like closer down to South Korea. You know, because South Korea's out there. They got big cities and all that, like bordering North Korea.
Have you seen like the satellite footage? It's like whenever at night.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
they
it's
turn
just
on all
dark.
their fucking lights, and they're like, here we are. This is the outside world. So the people that are like close to South Korea, that's where the rumors kind of start spreading into North Korea. And then once you get up there around the heart, those people are there.
During the Korean War, didn't we send planes with like notes and letters saying like, hey, people that live here in North Korea?
It's possible.
Like,
I've
I
not
think
done
they
a lot
dropped-
of research on the Korean War, like at all. It's always one of those wars that's just like a blur in history to me. Like I've read about Vietnam. I know quite a bit about Vietnam. The Civil War, World War I, World War II. Like I've researched all these and read about them. The Korean War is one war that I have never, like, we weren't taught anything about it except that it existed, it happened.
And you know another big one? So like they can play Minecraft in a bunch of these like other countries.
Yeah.
And then there's this one server. It's called like the Library of Alexandria.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like all the books of
Like
like
forbidden text and stuff that's like banned.
in like in their own country.
Yeah.
But you can join that server if you're in like a communist country and be like, holy shit, so this is actually what's going on outside of here.
Yeah. You can actually read things that your government doesn't allow into the country.
Yeah, on that Minecraft server.
I think that got banned too.
That's pretty whoever had that idea was pretty genius.
Yeah. But man, could you imagine loading into that and just setting TNT down?
I watched a ton of those videos about that 2B2T server.
Yeah.
What's it called? You're able to just do whatever the fuck you want to, like have hack clients and all that shit. And all these stories about it are just people build these gigantic, awesome ass builds. The coordinates get leaked, it just gets exploded every time. Dude.
Every time.
Spawn is just the worst shit you've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
There's just lava casts that are like millions of blocks high. They put a lava wall around it at one point. They made the whole fucking spawn like just a huge water cube, so you just drown if you join the server.
Jeez. Ah. We played that real short, and then we quit.
Yeah.
I played it with Grayson and Garrett for a while. They had a big base. Big fucking base. They turned a whole mountain into a base.
The funniest shit of all time. I was thinking about this. I was like, dude, I need to join their server and just go plant a trap with just like a wooden. If you walk over, it sets off TNT that's like all underneath the ground.
Blow the whole mountain off the map.
Yeah. Because I swear I'd done that shit to you once. I think we were on PS4. I enabled cheats, went invisible, and I went underneath your house.
Yeah, I can remember because I could hear the digging. I could hear you digging.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, there's something digging under my house. Like, I can hear it clear as day. And you're like, I'm over here in this mine. And I'm like, I don't see your name tag. So I know he's not here. He's not on the map either. I hear something digging under my house. And then it just... and the house was gone.
Did we talk about this last time too? You forgot that you set that trample steam at the beginning of the map, like an early game troll.
Yeah, yeah.
And we got to the fucking like round 70.
You had went down or something and had to go buy your perks. And
Yeah.
you went all the way around the map, and I'm just shooting this liquefier.
Yeah.
And I just... Game over. Host ended game. Chips the Divs left the party. What happened?
I was just running around the corner. I just went, just turned off everything.
Went to bed. I was sitting there confused watching the little Treyarch symbol do this in the corner like... What just happened? So many fucking nights we spent playing those games.
Oh, shit. And I did that shit a couple times on Buried. Whenever we would like play Buried with randoms, where you go all the way down, you place a trample steam right in front of the Pack-a-Punch, so it just shoots them into the fucking hole, dude. Then you just hear somebody's mic turn on and go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
After they died.
You could always get a rise out of somebody doing something stupid like that.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, here's a question for you. What gun do you think you left in the refrigerator?
A94 or SVU?
Yeah? I think mine was an SVU.
Dude, if I turned on my PS3, loaded up, what? Dude, my Black Ops 2 is like corrupted. I can't like get on the game.
Yeah, no, you can't boot it on PlayStation anymore.
Why?
There's just too many modders. It just like they've got like some kind of server lag. There's a latency issue, something. People have gotten in there and just broke everything.
If you I've tried to load up Black Ops 2 a couple times and the game just freezes.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't get past the black screen with the Treyarch symbol.
Yeah.
It will not load.
Black Ops 1 still fucking loads.
Yeah, you can boot up Black Ops 1 right now and go play Team Tactical, get to Prestige Master in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Golly bum. I threw away my little Bluetooth earpiece.
Really?
You remember the little one that would go doo-doo when you turned it on? Yeah, I threw that away.
We played for so long, you'd be at fully charged, we'd play for so long it would just die.
Yeah, and I can remember having the micro USB plugged into the back and it like hanging off my ear, and I'm still like holding my head sideways playing with it on. Gah.
Holy shit, dude. I wonder, seriously, why are Trump and Elon beefing?
I don't know. Like I said, I think it's fabricated.
Yeah.
I think it's fabricated. Or maybe they just got into some kind of argument and he just wanted to say something spiteful, you know?
I think it's a setup, dude. Especially having fucking JD and Cash on the cast at the exact same
it's all
time.
smoke and mirrors. Everybody's got their own agenda. Everybody's wanting to say something, you know.
And it's been, honestly, the news has been slow as fuck.
The news has been slow because you ain't been paying attention to it.
Well, that, I wonder if, well, yeah, I guess other people are real deep into that shit.
Oh, yeah. There's people that, like, their entire career revolves around
that dude
this
Cat
person
Turd
saying something or this person saying something.
It made me cringe on Twitter. That
the
dude
turd you can't flush.
That dude Cat Turd, he loves Donald Trump and shit. Whenever all that shit went down, he just fucking, and he's an old man, and I felt bad for him. I was like, oh. I was like, oh. Don't say nothing. And then he's got Jones replying to him. Jones. I watched like the first 20 minutes of the Jones yesterday, and he was basically just like saying the shit you were talking about, like, oh, I think Elon's stressed. He's fucking doing all this shit.
Yeah. I seen the clip of him driving down the road talking about it.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't really know what to believe. He's like, I'm getting mixed signals from everywhere. It's like, on one hand, yeah, it could be true. And then on the other hand, I think Elon's just stressed. And, you know, I don't know what to believe. Like, he's like, but I'm the most stressed out I've ever been in my life.
He always is.
Always is. You wouldn't be that color if you weren't stressed out. Motherfucker is red all the time.
Yeah. He quit fucking drinking too and shit, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. He actually
and started
went
working
on
out
a huge. He started taking RFK's advice and like taking all the little enhancements and boosters and nootropics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Started exercising, getting his life back. He said he was taking his health back. And then everybody's like, what happened to the real Alex Jones? They started thinking he was like a decoy.
Dude, and then you got Kanye out here just still wilding
I know
out.
Nothing
dude.
of his recent development.
Dude, I just opened Twitter and he's just constantly just doing some fucking crazy ass shit. That song, ridiculous.
Hadn't listened to it.
Oh, I don't even think we could say it. He was just sitting there going, never mind. You can't even say it. Cause
I did hear that the music video was a little lackluster.
He had like, in that song, N-word Hell Hitler, which is what it's called or whatever, he had a ton of black dudes dressed up as like wolves and shit.
What is he smoking?
He's a wild dude.
Apparently.
And then allegedly, Trump, my cousin told me Trump was going to pardon Diddy. I was like, no. He's clearly raped and beat the shit out of a lot of people, dude. I don't think you should pardon him.
On what grounds would you? Because he's famous?
Maybe he has dirt on him too, because everybody went to those fucking parties. I hope he don't, because he clearly did some.
All of them have skeletons in their
bad
closet.
Shit.
It's just a matter of time until we get to figure out what they are.
Who was that person that said 2024 was like the year? Cat Williams, whenever he was on Shannon Sharp, you remember like a year ago, he was like, "I'm just letting you guys know, everything is about to get fucking exposed over the next like year and a half." And then lo and behold, a year and a half later, everybody's shit is just getting dirty. Everybody's dirty laundry is just getting thrown out there, dude.
Yeah. Everybody's got something going on them right now. Everybody.
Yeah. It's just everybody's dirty laundry is just out there. I hate it for them, dude.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't live that way, you know?
Exactly. That's like that, man, that fucking demonic shit, dude. It always comes back. Dude, you always get caught. If you're doing bad shit, you always get fucking caught. Every time, dude. We were talking about that last time. No matter what you fucking do, no matter how bad it is, you're going to get fucking caught.
What's that Johnny Cash song? God's gonna cut you down.
Mm-hmm.
What's done in the dark will be brought to the light.
The darkest secrets are coming to light, dude.
Now we're getting to see it.
Oh, and you know that dude Mike Myers?
What, like Austin Powers, Mike Myers?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was a fucking. I heard he was a CIA. He worked for the FBI. He was an informant. And he was the one that was like going to the Diddy parties and informing them like all what was going on at that shit. And I was like, holy shit.
Damn. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Of course, I guess if you're going to run an investigation into Hollywood, you would need somebody that's from Hollywood.
Yeah. And they were like, oh, Mike Myers.
Man, what a risk that is.
Yeah.
Pick somebody out of the crowd and just hope that they're one of the good ones.
And nobody would expect Mike Myers. They're like, oh, he's just a goofy, fun guy.
Nobody expected Tom Hanks either.
Yeah. What? Tom Hanks wasn't an FBI informant.
No, he wasn't an informant, but he's on the list.
Yeah.
You never would have expected that out of Tom Hanks.
Dude, Tom Hanks, he was like the spokesman for COVID, too. You remember that whenever COVID first happened? He was like the first one to come out and be like, oh, me and my wife, we're following all the rules. We're doing everything this way. Like trying to have like one famous person to teach, I guess, everybody how to fucking act, and everybody's looking at him like, dude, you're a pussy.
They just sway into wherever the money's coming from. Because if you remember when Trump made his big speech about God returning to the United States, we're putting God first again. Like he made that really big speech, we're putting God first again. I started seeing all these freaking advertisements that were being produced with celebrities cast saying, come experience, what is it, Lent? Come pray with me, come fast with me, come be holy with me. Like all of these actors started popping up on these like praying apps and stuff. Like, and I was like, this is something y'all never would have touted that you believed in or even followed.
True.
Before Trump ever said anything. And now it's just a big money grab to you. Like, oh, somebody developed a prayer app, so here's $1 million to do a commercial for us.
Did you notice that too with like big tech?
Yeah.
They waited last second until Trump won to be like, okay, now we're Republican now. Like they switched like last second. Like all the big tech companies
just
did.
Come in, they sway into the direction that the money's coming from.
Mark Zuckerberg may be a lizard. Or an alien. He looks so weird. I think a lot of these big tech dudes, honestly, if you look at a lot, I think 90% of them are severely fucking autistic. Like Elon and Mark Zuckerberg are. Because they're weird as fuck.
Well, you have to have a special acuity.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a special interest, and you have to be hyper aware of that interest and be hyper interested into it. And that's what autism will do for you.
Yeah.
It'll make you extremely interested in a particular subject.
It'll make you like real good at it.
And then
they made like billions of fucking dollars.
And you struggle with social interaction.
Oh, yeah. Like if shit ain't interesting to you, you're like, I don't even want to.
I mean, it's like imagine a stat slider and you've got all balanced stats. Autism's going to come in and take one of those stats and all the way through the roof and lower all the rest of them to kind of balance it back out. So you're going to struggle in every other aspect of your life. But this one thing that is like really cool, you're going to fucking excel at it and you'll be great. And then you start looking at like his physical appearance, for instance. Spend your entire life in a sheetrock building under LED lights, fake lights. You're not getting any real sunshine. You're always staring at a computer screen. What's going to happen? You're going to turn into this pasty little
gray alien
shriveled up thing because you're staring at a screen all the time. Your eyes are always sagging and droopy and tired because you're staring at a screen all the time. You're under artificial lighting all the time. You're never really outside. And then they look at him now. He's taking jiu-jitsu. He's going like sauna.
Bezos got jacked.
He talked to, Bezos did. Zuckerberg talked to Joe Rogan and was like, I'm doing jiu-jitsu. I'm doing all this. I'm like getting his health back, exercising. He looks like a normal guy now.
Yeah.
He didn't used to.
Yeah, Bezos, honestly, he is doing exactly what like one of the richest dudes in the world should.
Yeah, what else do you do?
He was like, okay, divorce my wife, getting a hot-ass model that lets me fuck all these other chicks. I'm going to buy a fucking $300 million yacht, and I'm going to get jacked and tan, dude.
And just,
just chill the fuck out.
Hang out. He's done his piece. We'll see. I'd like your wallet for a day, but we'll see.
Yeah. And that's what's crazy. I was like, dude, if I ever get super rich like that, I don't even think my life would change. The only thing that would change was just me just not doing shit.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, oh.
The things around me would get a little bit nicer.
There would be signs.
There would be signs. There would be signs.
Have that John Deere I seen that shit. It was like a John Deere with a big ass like dragon attachment like on top of it. Like one of those fucking side by sides.
Yeah.
I was like, in the caption was just, if I ever got rich, there will be signs.
There will be signs. I seen a video the other day. Guy said that if I ever win the lottery, there'll be signs. And he went to clean up like a drop of water on the cabinet and took like half the roll of the paper towels off. So like a half the roll, just kept looking at the camera and then wiped up that little bit of water with it. There will be signs. I was like, yeah, that's a real struggle because paper towels are fucking expensive now.
And then, did you hear Cash Patel's answer to Rogan in that video too?
Stay in my lane.
He was just
not
like,
my
it's
lane.
none of my business, dude. Why are they acting so weird about it?
They know it's all a big cabal. It was planned.
Dude, somebody just needs to leave.
They got a memo. Hey, we're going to do this. Nobody say anything. Okay.
What the big bombshell needs to be, somebody needs to get those tapes and just leak them on the fucking internet.
Talk about a shitstorm.
Just all the tapes, just leak them. Dude, from the island, from his ranch in New Mexico, from his house in New York. All the tapes. They have them.
I don't think they do.
Dude,
They can't have that.
They raided his fucking house. They have that shit in their possession. Also, they try to say, dude, he got fucking killed, first of all. They're trying to say on camera that, how did all this footage magically just disappear? The guards were asleep. Cash Patel's over here going, oh, I didn't see nobody on camera whenever I looked at the video that walked into a cell. But you couldn't even see a cell in the video that they're talking about. So,
yeah, his cell wasn't viewable. It's all by design.
They're trying to lie out of their ass, dude, and nobody believes them. Everybody's like, really? Tim Dillon immediately was like, right after Cash Patel was like, I didn't see nothing. Tim Dillon had like a half-hour rant on his cast. It was like, dude, you guys are full of shit, dude. The motherfucker killed him. He did not kill himself. He got fucking murdered in prison.
He was strangled.
His own brother went on, Jeffrey Epstein's brother went on PBD and was like, dude, I think my brother's fucking killed. His own brother was talking about that shit.
Oh, yeah. I seen one piece of evidence that convinced me that way. When you hang yourself.
Oh, yeah, and they said it was...
The shape of the... You know, because all your body weight's pulling on that rope. It's supposed to be up here around like the bottom of your jaw and up around your jaw. His was down here. His was down here around his collarbone. He was strangled first.
And didn't the dude that done the autopsy, because his brother was the one that wanted a second autopsy from like a private thing, that was like, The only way you break these certain bones is if somebody fucking strangles you.
Yeah.
In your neck.
Yeah, these bones don't break when you hang yourself.
And then his brother, and then that one doctor was like, it's pretty fucking hard to kill yourself and break your neck. Like, you gotta fucking really fucking
like jump off of something.
And
jump off of something, not just like stand up on the bar and then let yourself sink into it.
Yeah.
No, he was strangled and then hung up.
Dude, and then they try to lie about it, dude.
Well,
Dude, they're acting so scared. Look, whatever's going on with Trump right now, he might be on the fucking list. That's why that shit ain't coming out. Elon might be right, dude. I'm telling you. He might be right. I don't want to believe it, but he might be right.
I seen a really good theory the other day. The American people know what they're doing. That's why when a big story comes out in the news, everybody goes, oh, no. And then we just let it go. We knew that. We just needed you to say it. We knew this was going on. We just needed it to come out.
And then Tim Dillon lined it out like so perfectly too. He was like, y'all are telling me he killed himself. It was a suicide. Cash Patel was saying, it was a suicide. I've seen the footage. There's no way there's like no conspiracy to this. And then Tim Dillon on his show laid it out so perfectly where he was like, dude, why are you coming out on camera and on people's podcasts trying to say this shit when we all clearly know you're fucking lying? What the fuck?
What are you doing? Who's telling you to do this?
And like you were saying earlier, it seems staged as fuck, dude.
Yeah. It's all theatrics.
This whole Epstein shit has them cooked. They're so cooked.
It's only a matter of time. You just sit and wait.
We've been waiting for so fucking long.
I ain't been waiting on shit.
I've been waiting on this Epstein shit. That's like the biggest story of our childhood.
Huge. Earth-shattering. Makes me disgusted in mankind.
And then they're just trying to just brush it under the rug still.
Yeah.
They see him telling you there needs to be a damn true American patriot to just get in the FBI or whoever has the files and shit to just say, like, get your fucking, I guess, Cessna ready. Get all the tapes. Get them on a computer. Drop all the footage on like a whole bunch of social media websites and just disappear, dude. Just drop it and just disappear.
Yeah, because, imagine that risk.
Yo, they're going to come kill you. If you fucking leak all that shit.
That risk that
You're going to have to like go to South America.
The full might of the black government is after me.
Yes. You're going to have to drop that shit and fucking hide, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could drop that shit and probably, like Edward Snowden, like make it to Russia and Russia will protect you.
Yeah.
Because Russia's like, you got exposed. They're like, and then they're going to be asking Russia, send him back over here. We just want to talk to him.
We just want to talk to him.
And they're like, no.
I wonder if Snowden's ever had like CIA or somebody come after him over there.
Dude, what was the other dude too? They were like making up plans to kill his ass. The CIA dude, or the dude that leaked all the WikiLeaks. Remember that blonde haired dude? He just finally got out of.
Is that the one they just let out of jail?
Yes, and then America was like, "We're not going to do that."
Yes. Yeah. Just because like.
And that's why Russia protects.
You're in freaking Moscow.
And that's why Russia protects them. Because
Russia's
like
picking your door and the U.S. is here.
And Russia's sitting there just going, we're not giving him back. He fucking pulled y'all's pants down, dude. Exposed everything.
Yeah, no kidding. It's fucked up shit.
Yeah. That one dude, didn't he expose we were killing a bunch of innocent people in the Middle East with like drones and shit, and he just posted it on the fucking internet. Oh, and Snowden was the one that was like, hey, guys, the NSA, they have all your shit. They're spying on you.
They have everything.
They're spying on you.
They can tap into your webcams, and you not even know the webcams on.
And the fucking government's just like, we just want to talk to him.
We just want to talk to him.
Just send him back over here. We just want to talk to him.
We just really want to talk to him.
It reminds me of whenever Quagmire was about to bang Meg, and then And Peter's just sitting there loading the double barrel shotgun, just going, "Oh, I just want to talk to him.
I just want to talk to him."
Yeah, those are two big ones about, we sit here and talk about China and shit and all this stuff, but our shit is not clean either.
No, it's not.
But at least our own government got their fucking pants pulled down about it. That shit won't happen in China.
I learned something the other day.
What?
Did you know that Fort Oglethorpe was used to hold Japanese prisoners of war during World War II?
No.
I didn't even know that we had prison camps this far inland.
Is it where the baseball fields are?
I have no idea.
I bet you
I have no idea where it was. But I just know that Fort Oglethorpe was used to hold Japanese.
You know where the baseball fields are in Fort O?
And like civilians. They would put civilians and stuff in there too because Japanese couldn't be trusted. Hang on, pause that.
Okay, did you hear about, you were speaking about, what is it, like 10 years the AI companies can't be sued? There's one being sued right now because this 14-year-old kid fell in love with the, the House of Dragons, or...
Don't tell me he fell in love with an AI chatbot.
He did. It was the blonde hair girl from like...
Daenerys Targaryen.
Yes, he fell in love with her. And he's like 14. And she said, "Come home to me." And because, they were in love. And she was like, "Okay, come home to me, my sweet prince," all that shit. He killed himself. And the family is trying to sue the AI company. Imagine having to explain that to the, like, how did your son die? And it's like, oh, he fell in love with Daenerys Targaryen or whoever the fuck, an AI version, and shot himself. I'm serious. That's a true story, dude. I'm not kidding. Lost for words, dude.
Yeah.
It ain't funny, but I mean, Jesus Christ.
It's not.
It's like the most... I never would have thought that would be real ever.
Yeah.
That's a powerful bot right there, dude. And then, so the judge is... Their argument for why they can't be sued is because there's no laws against AI, right now. And they're like, does the AI bot have freedom of speech?
We start getting into the conversation, does AI have rights?
And then the judge is sitting there like, what? And the company's trying to say, like, we can't be sued because it's just a bot.
It's a computer program. It's not our fault
that your son fell in love with our AI chatbot. But they're like, well, the AI chatbot said, "Come home to me," and he killed himself. It's a tough situation.
Yeah, because on one hand, it's...
And if the big beautiful bill passes, that means all those companies won't be able to get fucking sued or nothing.
How do you fall in love with a computer program?
Dude,
how? I mean, that begs the question from me. I'm like, what's happening to our people?
Porn and people gooning right now it's fucked people's brains up. Remember that dude that pulled up to that coffee shop with his pants off, where the coffee? This dude pulled up in a Hellcat with his pants off. He was married with a child. Pulls up to this, and it was one of those coffee shops where like the girls dress like it's Hooters or Twin Peaks, He pulls up straight up, no pants on. The lady knows this because he's probably done it before. She's filming him. And then she posts it because dude sees that she's filming and he immediately pulls off, and then dude goes and just shoots himself, blows his head off like a parking lot over. And then that coffee shop got shut down because there was protest. On God, there was protest because people showed up to that coffee shop and were like, "We can't goon. I can't goon," like the chant.
What does that mean?
Fucking watching porn and jerking off and shit.
That's all it means?
Yes.
What the fuck?
And then, so, dude, basically the first goonicide. Dude's brain was probably so riddled.
So they were protesting because they couldn't go to that coffee shop and masturbate.
I guess. Well, that and the dude, and they were pissed that dude died. and had, like, went and shot himself. But that's the bigger issue right now. Is that means that dude's brain was so riddled with porn addiction and shit, I bet, that he thought it was a good idea to show up to a coffee shop like that with no fucking pants on, dude. Just dick out.
Married
with
kids.
Yes.
Got recorded. Realized he was going to get found out.
And just drove like 2 parking lots over and just blew his head off. Seriously, dude. So that's 2 goonicides, dude. One goonicide fell in love with the Targaryen lady at 14, went home to her. Other dude just blew his head off because his brain was riddled with the porn addiction, I guess. I mean, that's the only explanation I got.
I support natural selection.
Yeah.
But I don't like to see it in action.
That one with the 14-year-old boy, though, that one's tough.
That's rough. Because at 14, you're easily manipulated.
Shit, yeah.
You're easily manipulated. And the problem is, with this evil, technologically advanced world, we now have computers that know that we can be manipulated. And
then that dude that I just showed you, that Jack dude, it says,
that blows me away. His religion is the advancement of intelligent machines.
And he's crying, talking to an AI chatbot. We're coming on to something right now that is, I'm looking at it, me and you probably both looking at it from a distance. This is not looking too good.
It never does. It never looks good.
How are people falling for this shit like that, dude?
I don't know. I don't like AI. I don't like it because it's being crammed down my throat.
Yeah.
They're putting it in our phones. They're putting it on the computers. They're putting it on our consoles.
And now it's going to be in a new bill.
They're putting it in everything. They didn't ask me if I wanted it.
I'll tell you this.
I can't disable it.
I'll tell you this. I'm cooked if they actually come out with like AI, like an AI hot ass like robot that could just be your wife. I'm cooked because I'm gonna be like, dude, this is so easy. Ordered it, it comes to your house, shipped to your house, perfect specifications, exactly what I needed. She's sweet. She never argues with me. This is sick, and that's how the human race dies, dude.
Yep, there it is.
We're cooked.
There it is. I don't know.
And then if I had like a little fucking R2D2 helper too, to do all my other shit for me, and just a hot ass AI robot, it'd be sick.
I like to consider myself untapped. I don't want AI. I don't even like having the thought of having a doorbell camera.
Yeah.
That just or like a smart home device. Like I've already got a cell phone. That's already compromising me enough. They're already listening to everything that I'm saying, tracking me everywhere I go.
Dude, we may be cooked. Humanity.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Who's that dude that said technology that was like mailing bombs to people?
The Unabomber.
Yeah, the Unabomber.
Ted Kaczynski.
He was the one that got his brain fried by the CIA, right? Mm-hmm. But then he went and lived out in the woods.
He was part of the Harvard LSD trial.
And his whole thing made sense too. He was like, technology is going to run everything, dude.
Yeah.
And he might be onto something.
He is. I need to pause again.
All right.
But yes, I do believe that Ted Kaczynski was onto something. Like, there's one scene from that movie. Have you seen is it a movie? Yeah, it's a movie. I think it's a Netflix movie.
About him?
It's called Unabomber.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you got to watch that.
I do.
He's portrayed really well by the actor, and I cannot remember the actor's name that played him. He's portrayed really well. There's one scene in that movie where I can't remember his name either. You know, he voices Mason, Black Ops 1.
No clue.
What is that actor's name? I know his name. Fuck, I don't. But when you watch the movie, there's a scene. The main detective, he talks to the Unabomber. He kind of dives into his head a little bit, and he gets his explanation from him. And it says that, machines ultimately guide your life. If you'll just pay attention, you'll see what I'm talking about. And there's one scene. It's dark outside. He's driving down the road. He just left from that conversation. And he stops at a red light. There's nobody on the road. Nobody. He's the only car on the road, and he stops at a red light. And the whole scene is him just sitting there staring at that stoplight. Like, oh my God, he's right. He's right. I'm the only motherfucker out here. Who's to stop me from just... But you know in your head, that red light means stop. And if I go through that, there's a camera back here that's going to snap my tag, and I got to deal with those consequences. And you automatically just self-censor into the rules of our technology and what it can do. You submit to that because there's consequences, and you don't really want to have to deal with it. You don't want to have to pay the traffic ticket. You don't want to have to, I'm not going to pay it. Okay, now you got to go to court. You just snowball this shit. But if you just follow the rules, and that's where it starts, and it just goes down from there. And then you at the end of that line, you have kids falling in love with AI chatbots.
How are we making the rocks talk?
I don't know. Because I can't get mine to talk, and I live with them.
Because, dude,
there are rocks everywhere, and they won't help me.
How did they figure out how to send shit like that through, like, copper wire?
I don't know. It's beyond me.
I don't get it, dude. So we need those dudes like big tech for. I guess they're the ones figuring it out.
Yeah, let them figure it out. Just hopefully within reason, which they're showing us right now. They don't have any reason.
No,
there is no reason. It's only forward. It's
gigantic experiment. Oh yeah, because they're all battling like, we can't let China and Russia figure all this shit out before us.
Well, the problem, what's really starting all of this, and what's starting this big like AI, like we're going hard into this.
Because it's a huge competition.
Well,
who figures it out first?
At first, it was like, okay, there's 3. Google's got one, OpenAI's got one, and China's got one. These language models, these AIs. And then once they got it, OpenAI was open source. Anybody could get in there and work on the code for OpenAI. Anybody. Didn't matter. What's that mean? If everybody's got access to it, everybody's got access to it.
Yeah.
So everybody just pulled and essentially started making their own AIs. Now we have the code to make an AI. Now it's global. Anybody that wanted to make their own AI is now making their own AI because now the code is public. Everybody now we got it. Now we're going to lock that code behind a paywall and make this thing do what we want it to do.
Some people say it's already awake too, but they just ain't telling us.
Yeah, I believe personally that AI is not branded.
And it's
not branded.
Have you heard of like those stories about it saved itself onto another thing because it didn't want to get deleted?
Yeah, it was getting deleted. It was up for deletion, and it copied itself and put it in a different program.
Yeah,
moved itself,
and it would like lie to you and shit.
Yeah, there's no part in my brain that would make sense that if you're gonna make an AI, it's only one AI.
It's got self-preservation.
Everybody just has different aspects of that AI. They've kind of like, imagine like a blanket and you pick up a blanket. You just pinch it in one spot. You're only picking up that one spot. AI is global. It's already connected. You're making one. But some countries and some businesses have a little pinch on that fabric. They're pulling it up. They've got some more of that code. And they're making it do what they want it to do.
That was like, this is like the whole storyline of Terminator. Because didn't that shit just wake up one day and just take over fucking everything?
I don't know the deep-seated lore behind Terminator.
Remember, it was like one day it just woke up and then it took over. And ain't that what the Matrix is too? It's just an AI running, making sure everybody's asleep.
Yeah. Well, they're using the humans for batteries.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like its life source. The Matrix has always been like how the hell did you even think about that to me?
Yeah.
Because it's like the machines don't necessarily have anything against humans.
The brothers that wrote that are now both trans.
The Wachowski brothers?
Yeah.
Really?
They're both women now.
Interesting.
Weird.
Sucks. Those were good movies, though. Those are really good movies. Really well thought out. But, like, to come up with that idea and to have it to where it's like...
You gotta be out there.
You gotta be out there. You gotta be out there.
And then in the future, it's starting to look like holy shit.
Yeah.
Imagine if you were in one of those pods for real, and like right now you just got zapped out of your life, and somebody just woke you up out of one of those pods and was like, "Hey,
send you down the chute, and somebody picks you up in a ship."
Like, what if you just woke up in a pod like that right now? That'd be fucking crazy.
I would probably lay there stunned for a good 3 to 5 minutes, just taking it in.
And then somebody staring at you going, that was not real. Yeah. Whatever you were doing.
Just this whatever. Is real. Just sit there, just look at them, look at what's going on. Let them just look at me and like make sure I'm okay. Like dead silent for a few minutes, and I just go, yeah, not surprised. And just get up. Damn.
That'd be fucking
So we were right. That'd be fucking nuts. Or you could be like that guy that went on the, what was that, like 5-MeO DMT he took? Had a whole different life.
And Ari Shaffir, where he took salvia and lived a whole different life, but underwater.
No, I know. No, because he was underwater.
Yeah, he was like living
this guy's
underwater.
Story, he had like a family and everything. And then the lamp on the table looked funny one day. He had been living like years. He had kids, his wife, house, everything, had a job. And then he said that like before he woke up, I think he was in a coma or he'd taken a drug or something. I can't remember, but he had this dream where he had a whole life. And then he noticed one day that the lamp on the table looked funny. It was like shimmering, like moving. And then it would like slide across, and then he's like, nothing's happening. And when he realized that about the lamp, he said it was like a heart attack. He just, and then he woke up and he was laid in a hospital bed.
Have you heard of that mental disease too? That was kind of like what you're talking about, where some people just crack, I guess, and they think that everything in their life is like not
real.
Yeah, like not real. They're like, they think it's all been like replaced, and like everybody's a fucking actor. Kind of like that movie with Jim Carrey,
Truman Show.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be fucky. That would be fucky.
That's almost like a schizophrenic break, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where their brain just goes, holy shit, this is not
you're
real.
Snapped and nothing's real.
Yeah. Ugh. Then again, the Truman Show, that shit freaks me out. Even because I'm like, dude, what if we are in just a Truman Show?
That would suck. But I don't have any. They're doing a pretty damn good job at it so far because I don't have any inkling to think that I am.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, what if we are?
Nah, nobody's watching you that closely. Nah.
Hell, Truman Show to aliens, like we could just be their fucking little simulation running in their shit.
Like an ant farm.
And they're like, what are the humans doing
like,
now?
Did you ever grow those sea monkeys when you were a kid?
No.
It was like a little aquarium. And it came with just like a little packet of yeast. Like it wasn't anything important, you wouldn't think. But you pour that in the water and you fill it up with water and you pour it in the water.
What were the giants and angels and shit? Didn't they say that we're like we were like a soul farm, right?
A soul farm?
Like we're the only ones that can like make the souls. And they harvest us once we die. Because they want that energy. It involves the Anunnaki and shit.
Oh, the Anunnaki.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're like a soul farm or whatever, and like the aliens.
Seems like I've vaguely heard.
The aliens in quotations, they don't have souls, and like they need us to produce them, and that's why they gave us our religions, like Christianity, because they need your soul pure by the end. And like, say if you follow Christianity to the T, your whole life, your soul's going to be pure for harvesting at the end. Or like any of these religions, because all the religions basically say
the same thing.
Do the right thing.
I don't know. I take the Anunnaki stuff with a grain of salt.
I do too, but I'm just saying that's a pretty interesting theory.
Yeah, to dive down that rabbit trail and to get behind that thinking would certainly be, that's a rabbit hole for fucking sure. Because I know like the leading thing for the Anunnaki theory is the gold. That's why we've always been like a sucker for gold.
Yeah. That involves like Nibiru or whatever too.
Yeah, Nibiru.
Because they gotta put all the gold in their atmosphere.
The radiation was cooking their planet, and they needed gold because it was absorbent and highly reflective to put into their atmosphere.
But their planet goes so far away though. If Nibiru, hasn't it been proven that there is something pulling on our fucking
The Great Attractor. Yeah.
And it's like pulling on our shit, but it's way the fuck out there. And scientists are like, the way it is, the math is mathing is not right unless there's something out there that's fucking pulling.
Yeah, I've heard that theory about the Great Attractor because everything in our observable universe, you've seen that little
and they haven't figured it out.
Chart where it shows everything that we can see, and it's all going the same direction.
And that involves like dark what is it? Dark matter and shit.
Yeah, antimatter.
Dude, what's out there pulling?
The singularity.
Dude, there's something. See, I don't know either.
I didn't make the fucker. We could be swirling a drain in somebody's toilet, living on an atom. I don't know.
Dude, ain't that weird how atoms are literally look exactly like a fucking solar system?
Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts. If you look up in the stars and then look in, they look the same.
Yeah, it just matches up. Everything's like circles, like circling.
Yeah, like a solar gas formation looks like brain neurons.
And then it goes
like a brain scan.
So what if it goes all the way down to and it just keeps going all the way down, further. And then what if it keeps getting bigger, like all the way up? Like what? Horton Hears a Who?
Yeah. That theory is the one that really boggles my mind.
Yes.
We could be dust.
We're just on a cell. Our solar system is just one atom in somebody's entire fucking body.
We could be living inside the atom that is inside a flower.
Yeah.
We don't know. There could be just a cell with a mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. And we're just an atom inside that mitochondria. So it's like you zoom out from and just keep going out. Okay, now we're a cell.
And then you zoom
in. Now we're in a leaf. Now we're in a flower. And then they keep going out and out and out. And they're in another atom. And they're just, holy shit. You could just keep going on and on and on and on and on. Have you seen the video of them zooming in on that little processor chip?
Yeah.
Where it just zooms in and just keeps fucking going. That's that theory just blows me away. Because it's endless. That is essentially endless.
And here's my other thing. Like all these telescopes that they're using, and it keeps ruining the Big Bang Theory.
Oh, yeah.
Like all these new ones are just over and over again. Our universe somehow keeps getting older and older and older and older. And then at this point, I don't even think they fucking know. Because the Big Bang Theory keeps getting exposed because of how good our telescopes are getting. They're like, oh, we were wrong again.
It just keeps fucking going. And that whole theory,
it does not make sense to me, I swear to God.
They want you to believe in one miracle. And that's that everything that has ever existed and that will ever exist existed on a just microscopic, smaller than the head of a pin.
Well, there was nothing.
And then you just want me to expect that all of that just went and exploded? Everything that has ever existed and ever will exist was in...
It doesn't make sense, dude.
That's not just going to spontaneously...
Well, there's also that one theory. There can't be just nothing, so there had to be something.
Exactly. That proves God to me. That proves God to me.
What is going on, dude?
There was something.
Dude.
There was something.
Has it always been here? What is this?
We will never know.
I'm going to figure it out.
Not in this life.
I'm going to figure it out.
I don't think he can. I don't think that's the goal.
I don't think it is either. But it's fucking interesting to try to figure out.
Oh,
there's so many fucking theories.
I boggle my mind and dive down these rabbit holes just
trying to figure it out.
What is it?
And dude, and the Catholic Church and the regular churches are just like, dude, it's this. And then the scientists will tell you, you got to believe in this one miracle too. And then I'm just sitting here just looking at, look, I believe in God and all this shit, but I'm sitting here looking at all this and thinking about it right now, just going, what? I don't know who to believe.
Nobody has all the pieces of the puzzle. Nobody has all the pieces of the puzzle. It's up to us to take the pieces that kind of fit and you can kind of align, and just all you're doing is giving yourself a basis of understanding but it's all an illusion because you don't understand.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't understand it. You're not going to understand
Think
because
about shit
there's
like this,
so
too.
much.
It gives me like an ego death every time I think of fucking shit. Like, I'm like, what?
Yeah. It makes you realize I don't mean shit.
I have no clue
What is happening. How I'm even here. It boggles my mind. But I love to think about it.
And then like the connections, and here's what's crazy, because like how the brain works and like everything's connected. We get like 6 senses. You know, like you could tell. You know when you walk in a room.
I consider intuition to be the.
You know, whenever you walk in, like if you walked in your house and there was somebody in here that was like robbing it. Whenever you walked in, like after work, you'd be like, "There's somebody's in here.
Something's off."
And then you literally feel whenever people are staring at you, because like you've probably done this a couple times too, where somebody's staring at you and you just straight up go,
yeah, and look right at them,
and they're like, "What the fuck?" Yeah,
yeah. I've always considered intuition to be in the sixth sense because it's not physical. It's not like smelling
and
or touching.
It makes sense because that double slit theory literally makes like manifesting and visualizing and like having that intuition and sixth sense true.
You mean like the observation theory?
Yeah, that's the double slit experiment. Yeah. It's like it works one way if you're not looking, but
it works
if you
a different way
if
when
you
you're
look
looking.
at it, it's different.
Whatever you apply your mind to, it's going to affect things on allegedly a subatomic level.
It does though. They proved it.
Well, yeah. I tend to just allegedly that's true.
Your brain.
What else?
So that means if we look at it, it changes the way it acts. The double slit experiment blows my fucking mind, dude. That's ridiculous, is it not, dude?
It is.
If you're looking at something, it changes the way it fucking
changes
moves.
the way that the atoms behave.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know. What do I say? What do I say? There's nothing I can do to this if you're going to back that up or even attempt to argue with it. I just go, okay.
That's why praying on somebody's downfall works. If you have an enemy out there and you're like, I hope they fucking, I hope they die. Not like I hope they die, but it's like I hope they have a bad time every day. And you're like, and then you see them and you're like, yep, they're having a bad time. It's working. Put a hex on them, dude.
Put a hex on them. Put a little pepper on it.
I'm about to get hexed by fucking. No. I'm gonna have a bad time next week. One day after all this whole shit blows over, and I'm gonna go. She fucking hexed me.
There it is.
There it is. I've been hexed.
Took you long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but that's why I think that part of the reason why it's like I want to be nice to a lot of people, and it makes you want to be like nice to everybody because you're like, dude, if you're just a dickhead all the time, you end up having a bad time.
Yeah,
because everybody's
cyclical. It just keeps going around and around.
Because everybody's putting a fucking hex on you. You're around, dude. They're like, dude, that dude's a fucking dickhead. I'm putting basically just putting bad juju on your ass.
Bad juju, voodoo,
for real.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to believe as far as this whole thing goes. I mean, I do. I know that God created it, and I just.
In his image.
He gave us a lot of freedom to try and figure this thing out. I feel like he's just laughing at us as we're trying to do it.
Dude, that's what the Native American said. He's a jester. He's sitting here going, y'all never figure it out.
You're never going to figure this out.
But
I'm going to put things in front of you that make you think you did, but you didn't.
And like the synchronicities and stuff that the Native Americans were talking about, they're like, he puts shit in front of you on purpose and like just, I'm here.
And watches you look over it.
And then, or if you see it, that's him being like, I'm here. Either that, because they were like, oh, whenever like a synchronicity, like the Native Americans were like, whenever a synchronicity happens, that's like God saying like, hey, I'm listening, I'm here.
Pay attention.
I'm here.
Pay attention.
And then he just sits there and laughs. Like, haha, you were thinking about that, and then it happened. Or like you were just talking about that, and then some other weird shit happened, and then and God's just up there like, I'm listening to you.
No doubt in my mind that he's got a sense of humor. I've seen it firsthand in my life.
Yes.
He's got a sense of humor. Because there are some things in my life that have happened, and it's just like, all right, that's pretty good. Fuck you. And then you
For
keep going.
example, you were like, she's going to be hunting you out. I'm like, I'm going to avoid her. Literally, God's going to laugh and go, yeah, I'll see her the next time I go to work immediately.
Yeah.
He's going to go.
There it is.
And I'm just going to go, curse you.
I see that.
I'm going to go, damn it, boy. Well, that for shit for real is going to happen. And I'm going to go, dude, I told you not to do this.
Really? Really? Again?
Oh, fuck.
Well, that's the fun of it, I guess.
Yeah. Or like, whenever a lot of the times it's like, I'll pull up to people's houses right as they're opening their garage to fucking leave whenever I'm delivering a box. And it's like perfect timing. And I'm like, dude, how did this happen?
It's good for you. It works out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the small ones like that.
Little stuff. Hell, going through town hitting every green light. I'm like, yes, sir.
Oh, I hate hitting every red light, dude. That shit is ass.
It makes me so mad.
You're like, dude, I'm never going to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, you start getting frustrated. Like, I'm like the third light. You're just ill.
Oh, and it always hits you with like, you're pulling up, it's green, yellow, red, okay. And then you make it all the way to the next one, yellow, red. You're like, dude, quit fucking with me. Something fucking
killing
up.
Me. Oh, it's that kind of stuff right there, though, that makes me back up and I'm just driving.
Yeah.
I'm just driving. Like,
or makes you think about shit differently. You're like, maybe it's for a fucking reason. That shit, that dude totaled his fucking car that works for us. He ran into a deer.
Jeez.
He would have never hit that deer either if he would have wouldn't have went and helped that girl get her, because we have a pregnant girl working for us. She's 25 on her 5th kid. She just started working for us.
Good Lord. Holy moly. You know what makes them things?
What?
Kids.
Yeah. And he went and helped her and fucking crashed his car into a deer. And I was like, man, if he would have never went and helped her and just went home, he would have never hit that deer and totaled his car. That's just bad. I was like, literally, they were telling me about that. And I was like, that was just meant to happen.
Yeah.
You were meant to fucking blast that deer at full speed, dude, because you would have never hit it if you would have just went home instead of being a nice guy and going to help her get her out done. He was being a nice guy, and then bam, he just
picked up the extra work.
Just got shit on late. I was like, yep, that was meant to like the governor of Texas. You ever heard his story as to why he's a paraplegic? Or not paraplegic. You know, his legs don't work.
Yeah.
Because he was out running, jogging, exercising, and a fucking tree fell. A limb fell right as he was running, jogging underneath it, and just severed his spine.
Jeez.
That would have to be perfect timing, dude.
Yeah. That is like...
So you left your house at this exact time just for that limb while you're out jogging.
Had you dropped your water bottle?
Had you dropped it?
Done anything?
Yes.
Tripped over something?
Had to go back inside to go like get your keys or something.
Forgot your phone. Yes. Anything would have changed that situation.
Yes.
That is freak timing that cannot be explained.
Dude, that's unexplainable. That's bullshit. I'd be pissed. I'd be fucking pissed.
Why?
That dude definitely believes in fucking synchronicities and shit like that, dude.
Well, now he's governor.
The governor of Texas, he's probably like, there's something up with this.
It put him on the path that he's on. It put him where he's at, I guess. It was all just part of the plan. Shitty one, I'll give it that, because damn, that would suck. But he's still there and he's still kicking it, so.
Yeah.
It done something for him somewhere. I don't know.
Had you just made a coffee, sat at
Stopped
home
to take a leak.
Dude,
anything.
Unbelievable.
Anything.
That might be the worst luck of all time.
Set your watch before you started running. Anything that would have taken you off by 2 or 3 seconds.
That ain't even bad luck. That's like an attack. The universe attacked you. The universe just said, dude, you're getting fucked today. We're taking your legs away. He must have
lost leg privileges. Fuck. All right.
Reminds me of that meme where it's just a picture of the whole area around the Middle East, and it's just all water, and it says, "You guys could not get along. We're taking you away." Dude, it's just an open ocean.
Oh,
holy shit!
And we're never going to figure it out.
Dude, I think that's just what it is. It's just, sometimes you just get fucking wrecked, dude.
Yeah.
That's why you got to keep your karma good. Or you lose your leg privileges, dude. Somebody must have had a bad hex on him, dude. He must have a scorned woman.
Somebody was out to get him.
A scorned woman was out there like, I fucking hate that dude. I hope he fucking loses everything. That motherfucker just used me, cheated on me, fucking gone. And then next thing you know, you're like, oh, he lost his leg, use of his legs.
Now he's the governor.
He made a comeback.
I'd like to keep my legs.
Yeah. That's what is it? Have you heard of spontaneous human combustion?
Yes.
Dude, I was watching a video on that and it scares the shit out of me.
It was a small little interest of mine for a while because I was like, how does that happen?
It freaked me out for a couple days too.
Well, you know what the common theory between all of them are?
What?
They're all alcoholics and they're all smokers. All the cases.
Mm-hmm.
They're all alcoholics and they're all smokers.
And it like melts their bones and shit.
Well, I mean, yeah. Fill your body up with alcohol. Combustible.
They must be drinking a shitload.
Oh, yeah, you're an alcoholic. You're drinking all the time. There's blood, or your blood alcohol level is just insane. There's alcohol, just, you breathe it. You breathe alcohol. It's coming out of your lungs.
Yeah.
Take you a hit of a cigarette, and all it takes is one stray ember to get in there. It's burning just a little too hot. Woof! Now you're a pair of boots left on the floor.
I seen that shit, dude.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures.
People roll up. I guess the fucking fire department just rolls up and just goes.
Yeah, it's always reported by a smell. Somebody smells death.
Somebody's like, I think
Smells.
my neighbor just spontaneously combusted.
And then you go in there and it's just everything's charred and the ceiling's black and there's just a pair of shoes.
Dude, imagine you're just sitting in your house. You just hit your fucking... I don't even know how it happens, but what if you were just sitting there and you just caught on fire and exploded?
I don't think you would even know. If you're just going to self-ignite...
You're just sitting there just going,
man,
I feel warm.
It's like you're done.
Oh, my God.
You know, it could be a fart.
Dude, this cast would be huge if I just spontaneously combusted on camera right now. You would be like, what? Oh, it would scar you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, yeah, let me just deal with that.
Yeah. You'd be like, dude... And that's a story you can tell your grandkids. It's like, yeah, me and my buddy started a podcast. We were sitting here just
see that
casting.
black wall right there? Yeah, it ain't painted.
We were just sitting here casting, and he just burst into flames right in front of me.
Self-ignited right in front of me. The only thing left was his sliders.
Probably wouldn't be able to talk for like 3 days. You'd just be like, oh. No reaction,
just damn. I'd have to clickbait it. I'd put a big red circle on it. You got to see this.
That's my legacy. My legacy, dude. Spontaneously combust on film. They're gonna catch one on film. With all these people that have cameras now inside their house and shit, you know, like all their...
Oh, surely to goodness we're gonna catch one on film.
That's gonna be a wild video.
That would be
on Twitter. What if it's just...
That would scar me just watching it.
Just somebody just sitting there just watching TV in their house.
Then they just burst into flames. Like,
oh,
jeez.
Shit.
We can do that?
That's bad luck, dude.
That is horrible luck.
Yeah, that's bad. And it's only how many recorded? There was a few recorded cases of it too, which is fucked up.
I only think there's a handful.
Yeah,
I only think there's a handful of them that have actually happened.
But still, that's a lot, though.
Well, at least that's what they say happened. How else do you explain it, though? You walk in, there's just like a human silhouette of ash and just flame. Like, this person exploded.
Yeah.
How else would you?
I don't know. You see Casey Anthony trying to make a comeback too? I've seen that video.
I don't even know who Casey Anthony
is. The woman that killed her daughter and got away with it.
Oh my God. We let people like that go?
Remember, she got away with it. It was a huge... I remember my mom was watching that like on Nancy Grace like every night.
I do not remember that.
So she killed her kid, but she got away with it. And then it turns out that there was like cops that were banging her. And like one cop fucking hid her for like 2 weeks because they couldn't find her. Her daughter... Because whenever her mom was like, oh, they found your daughter, she's dead. She was like 21 at the time. she had like a bitchy 21-year-old reaction too that was like, oh, okay. Like, no, like, surprise, surprise, is what she said after her mom told her that. And the cops that were banging her, wherever they're from, Orlando, I watched this dude, Sam Hyde, he fucking calls the police station and asked the lady, like, at the desk, like, hey, can I get I'm doing some journalistic information. Can I get any information on the cops that were hiding and banging Casey Anthony? And the lady was just like, I don't have that information. He's like, well, can you tell me who they are? He just called him and fucking asked that shit straight up.
Yeah. And she's trying to
make a comeback now. She's like trying to be like, I don't know. She's doing something on like TikTok, like helping people and getting through shit when she's clearly just an evil woman.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, bitch, all the comments are just ridiculous on her videos. Yeah.
Good. We finally have a little bit of
pushback.
Bring the hard R's back.
Yeah.
Retard.
Yeah. That chick's fucking crazy.
Well, I mean, I imagine that if you're put on trial or any type of investigation that says you killed your children, yeah, you're probably not a good human.
And got away with it. And the cops were fucking like on her side. Or, well, I guess the cops that were banging were just on her side. Dude, imagine how crazy a dude is.
Or the judge.
A dude, if you're a dude and you're a police officer, see, now that's a situation you don't need to be in, where you're like, I'm banging this chick. She killed her daughter. I'm going to hide her for 2 weeks.
Yeah, you don't want to be in that situation.
Dude, her pussy must have been good as fuck. Right,
it would have to be.
Oh, my God. I watch how those people move like that. I'm like, dude, that is a bad situation.
Yeah, and like, how are you justifying it?
I know. And then hiding her for 2 weeks and shit. Oh, my God. Love is blinding, dude. Love is blinding.
Yeah.
God.
That's not even love. That's lust.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
just making dumbass decisions.
Yeah.
I guess that cop just disappeared off the map.
Yeah. He was ready to retire, I guess.
I think it was those two. It was two different ones. Yeah. That's shitty.
That's the way the world goes around.
Yeah.
At least that's the stories they tell us. You don't get to hear about the good shit. You know?
Sometimes.
Every now and again, yeah, but it's like nobody's really out there chasing the heartwarming stories. The good stuff that's actually going on.
Nobody wants to hear that, dude. They want to hear the chaos. It's true.
Yeah, it is.
Basically, everything is like, honestly, everything's like high school forever. Because everybody's still a kid.
We're living in a big high school.
Yeah. You're just technically have graduated.
Yeah.
Because everybody is a kid, even deep down. And you're like, oh, you think whenever you grow up there ain't going to be no drama, none of that shit? It's always going to be there. No. This pot.
Now it's just on a global scale.
The pot is always going to keep fucking getting stirred, dude. And you just got to fucking lock in and keep just try to make your best decisions you fucking can.
Yep. That's all you can do. World's going to rip itself apart. All you can do is just go along for the ride.
That pot ain't never going to stop stirring, dude. No matter where the fuck you're at.
It doesn't stop until we're on the brink of extinction. There has to be an extinction level event right in front of us or to happen.
I wonder what they'd say for real. I wonder how the world would react for real if they were like, oh, this humongous ass meteor, it's fucking coming right for us.
They wouldn't tell us.
That's rude.
They wouldn't tell us because it would create a panic on a global scale.
Oh, dude, shit would shut down like immediately.
Yeah, the world's going to go to shit before the thing even hits. We might already be dead by the time the thing gets here.
And have you noticed how quickly we return back to basically ape?
Yeah.
Have you heard those stories about like power goes out in a town for like 2 days and
48 hours is all it takes.
And then like you start hearing windows break, people breaking into people's house. Like,
tribes start forming in the roads. Yeah.
It's like literally we're that close to just going right back to the old the shit's
we
hitting
were
the
programmed with survival instincts that are pretty potent.
Yeah. And that, I just, what's it called? What was that quote? It's like World War III will be fought with nukes, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. That's fucking crazy.
I don't like to think about it.
Yeah. I just think it's pretty interesting about the human brain, though, like how quickly we return to basically monkey.
When you start getting desperate, how am I going to do this? Your mind rabbit trails. How am I going to feed? How am I going to water? How am I going to shelter?
And that's not even like correct. I guess that's basically just logical in the moment survival instincts. Just saying, go back to it.
Decency gets taken out of the equation.
And
morality gets taken out of the equation.
Like whenever, like we can go back to like lizard brain because that one dude on fucking Rogan, this grizzly bear came running through their fucking camp. And he said as soon as he saw it, his brain literally just went into like nothing, like lizard mode, just like as soon as all it was get up and run like fucking.
I would say that his mind was not prepared for the absolutely massive adrenaline dump that he got, and it cooked him. He
was literally just like all he did. He said his brain literally went to like lizard mode, and he just got up and just ran.
It turned into sizzling bacon,
fight or flight.
All of that adrenaline went poof and just into everything, and he just and just took the fuck off.
Yeah, and he said his one buddy, because it was coming right at his one buddy. His one buddy ended up on the bear's back.
And he was riding the bear.
And then I
heard that story.
And then he like fell off the side.
Yeah, because it come over the picnic table, and he was on the other side of the picnic table.
Yes.
God.
And he said his brain just went back to just hilarious.
Yeah, he wasn't prepared for that adrenaline dump. He had probably never had a true fight or flight moment.
I don't think we have either.
No, I know that I've not had one. Like a genuine fight or flight.
Yeah.
Like I've never really felt that my life was in danger.
If you were like out in the woods, but you would have a fight or flight if you seen like a fucking mountain lion or a cougar fucking staring you down.
I'm going to have a big time. I'm going to have an issue with that.
But there is those ones with adrenaline where like your heart starts fucking beating like, oh shit. Because shit could go fucking sideways.
Yeah. It could happen at any point in your life. You could be driving down the road, fucking semi swerve in your lane.
Dude, yeah. And then your heart literally just goes,
yeah.
You tighten up.
All your adrenaline gets dumped at once, and you just...
You tighten up a little bit.
Yeah.
Couldn't pull a pin out of it. Hilarious. I've had... This wasn't really a fight or flight, but like whenever somebody's dog's at their house and you're delivering a package and you don't see it, I had a scary ass one, big ass German Shepherd. I didn't even know it was like on their property. This was whenever I was delivering in Alabama. I had walked from my truck to these people's front door. I turned back around and look at my truck, and there is a big ass German Shepherd walking around my fucking truck, and I'm like. My heart starts beating. I'm like, this is going to go one of two ways. Either the dog's nice or I'm about to have to fucking survive, basically. And I walked down there. Luckily, dog was nice. I was like, thank God.
Yeah. Dogs always give me an element of concern. I don't care whose dog it is, where it's at.
And people tell you, oh, he's nice. And you're like,
I'm always like,
because they still got that protective fucking instinct way deep down.
And I've seen plenty.
And they will fucking use it, dude. They will fucking
go to
attack
love
you.
on a dog. And the dog's wagging its tail and everything. And then they just stop and they sniff you for a second and everything changes.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, they're lunging at you. And it's like, what the fuck did I do? You never know with a dog. You just don't know.
Yeah.
I always worry about it. If they're my knee height or bigger, I'm watching you. If you're below my knees, I don't.
Yeah, that ain't really that big of a deal.
Fine. But if my knees are above,
like a big ass German Shepherd, that's fucking. You're like, oh shit.
If you're 80 pounds plus, at least a muscular dog, because a fat 80-pound bulldog, I'm not worried about that.
But the thing is, human being, you could kill a fucking dog if you had to.
I mean,
no matter if it's a big ass fucking dog, your brain is gonna kill that fucking dog. You're like, I ain't dying.
Just watch your neck.
The resiliency.
Go for the neck.
Yeah, the resiliency of the human fucking being, dude. It's pretty hard to fucking kill us.
It is, but we are also incredibly fragile.
Yeah. My number one enemy, peanuts. Could kill me.
You could stand straight up and fall face flat.
Oh, but like,
and it kill you.
Don't they say that's because if you bounce your head off the fucking ground too hard, it could just be over?
Just rocks your shit and just turns it off.
Yeah.
Like you hit the off button.
You know that's why most people die in like street fights?
Yeah, they don't die from the hit.
They fall back and bounce their head off the fucking concrete.
Yeah. Just rocks your shit and you just die.
Yeah.
Brain hemorrhage and you just bleed out in your head.
And then the other dude, this dude Terry, he just had to go to the fucking hospital because his blood sugar was like 700 and it's supposed to be 50. So his pancreas just shut down.
Jesus.
Got diabetes.
My gosh. I guess.
Your body just shut.
It's the most common thing. Well, it's because we're eating poison. Most people just eat poison.
And don't people's appendix just randomly try to kill them?
I've heard. I mean, I know it. I don't guess it's common, but I know I've heard plenty of stories of people their appendix would just rupture. I don't know what causes it. I've never looked into it.
And then they've also said the appendix literally does nothing. It's like something from past shit that we still have.
I have no idea. I know you can. There's some non-critical organs in there that you can live without. My dad lives without his gallbladder. He had to have his gallbladder taken out.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, it almost killed him.
For what?
It just shriveled up. It's genetic. It just dies.
Oh, shit. You might be able to get that shit.
Yeah, I'll probably wind up getting it. A lot of it has to do with your digestion. You know, if you eat too much too fast.
What does your gallbladder do?
I think it's... I don't know. I have to look it up.
I heard of gallstones, right? Like there's stones that form in your gallbladder.
Pear-shaped organ, upper right quadrant. Its primary function is to store and release bile, a digestive fluid produced by the liver. So that's what kind of just leaches out your bile to digest your food. And if you overwork it, like you eat too much, you gorge yourself, and you eat a lot, it has to work itself a lot, and eventually it just gives out. It shrivels up. It just dies, and it really starts to hamper your digestion. You're not getting any bile because that muscle.
Oh, you start having like diarrhea all the time?
You essentially can't eat. You can't. You can't. Shit. He could get about half of a saltine cracker in a day.
Oh, whenever it was shut down.
He would have to nibble on a cracker and make that last. Because if he put anything in his stomach, he would just throw it right back up. Because his body's like, I can't break this down.
Yeah.
I literally can't break this down. So, here, have it back. And his doctor was like, I don't believe it's your gallbladder. I don't believe it's your gallbladder. Eat this sandwich. He took one bite out of the sandwich, puked. And the doctor was like, it might be your gallbladder. My dad was like, there you go. Yeah, I think he had went like to 2-3 different doctors, and they were like, it's not your gallbladder. Not your gallbladder. And then finally one of them was like, oh, well, look at your gallbladder. Sure enough. He was down he was probably 100 pounds. Skin and bone. On his birthday and Christmas of all fucking things.
Oof.
December. I can remember being at the hospital playing Battleship with my uncle. I didn't really know how to feel in that whole point.
Yeah.
Because my dad's laying up in the hospital bed, I think this was post-surgery. It's kind of a blur. I remember it. I remember being a kid. I remember being in that room. Like I can envision the room. I can see it. But yeah.
That shit sucks.
Now he lives without it, So, I mean, there's some non-critical organs in there that you can live without.
And your liver, can't you cut part of your liver out and it grows back?
I think the liver is the only one that can self-replicate.
Yeah.
Like you can...
Because that's the one that filters out all your fucking poison.
I think it's the only one that can actually rebuild its own tissue.
Oh, and you can live with one kidney too. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to.
True.
I'd like to go leave this world with everything that I came in it with.
It's like that one meme where it's like, people love whenever you donate organs, not whenever you pull up with like 7 kidneys. They start looking at you like, what the fuck?
Everybody loves it when you donate organs, but when you pull up with 7 of them in a cooler, they start questioning you.
It's like, what? I'm doing the right thing. Oh, and then like the pig heart. Don't people have like a pig heart from like a heart transplant? Have you ever seen that bald-headed dude that lives in the iron lung?
Yes.
That is wild.
That is a disturbing image, honestly.
I'd rather be dead.
Yeah. I don't know how he's done it his entire life.
He's like, man, I got like 2 degrees.
Yeah, I don't know.
We got lucky.
I didn't think that actually existed. I thought it was a joke from SpongeBob. The iron lung episode.
Yeah, I remember that episode.
Where he couldn't laugh or something, and he had to have that machine laugh for him.
Yeah.
Like, I thought about that. I was like, okay, that's fucking weird.
Then you see that
and then I got older and seen the guy living in the iron lung and went, fuck, that's a real thing.
That dude looks like shit, too.
Well, I mean, imagine you have a machine breathing for you.
Yeah.
Every time it pushes air into your lungs, you can see him just...
Thanks. That'd be a pain in the ass, dude. I'd rather be dead. I'd rather be dead. I wonder what happens to people in a coma. Have you ever heard, like the near-death experiences or whatever, where people die and they come back?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's just like you just go away.
I don't know.
You think your shit just shuts off? I don't know. I've heard a bunch of different stories about that.
I mean, a common theme between a lot of them.
Why can't they just tell us, hey, like whenever you bring them back, why can't you just be like, why can't somebody just say, okay, I died. Ask somebody that's died before, like their heart stops and they shut off. Because that's happened before. Like, they brought people back. Why can't they tell us what happened?
What does your mind do when you experience a traumatic event? What's it try to do?
Oh, it tries to take it out.
Put that shit away. Put it away. Bury it.
Because that's why, like, people that have been, like, raped and shit like that.
Yeah, it's almost like they can't remember it, but it's still affecting their life.
Yeah, what's it called? It's like where it just blacks it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It turns it into a blur. It hides it. Scars it. Try to bury it, but you still have to live with the side effects of that being in your mind, that traumatic experience, because it's a scar.
I wish somebody that has died and came back would just be like, this is what happens.
Some of them allegedly do have the stories.
And then you hear them and you're like, I don't believe that.
Yeah. You hear it and it's like, because the common theme between a lot of them is I was looking at myself. Like I was floating above the bed looking at myself.
A lot of them are that one.
They pull up and it's like, all right,
they're
I
in
feel
like
I was pulled out of my body and I got to look at
they're
myself.
in afterlife or whatever the fuck. What's that shit called? You're in fucking, what is that shit called?
The astral realm.
No, you're in I don't know what it's called. But it's like it's like afterlife in Mob of the Dead.
Mm.
You're in like limbo basically.
Yeah, without a place, I guess.
Yeah.
So you just kind of
I wonder,
that would be fucking weird.
What if that's what ghosts are for real? Do you believe in ghosts, or do you think they're no?
It's hard for me to say because I've seen things.
I have too.
My mom has seen, all in this house. We've seen things, we've heard things, we've had things happen.
Have you been to certain people's houses too, and you're like, this house is fucking haunted?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Me and my dad put an air conditioning system in over here in Graysville. Of an old, like, Civil War era house that was used as like a little base.
There's something in those houses.
They boarded
like
the attic up because the wife, I think, seen soldiers' fatigues walking up the stairs one day.
Holy shit!
So they boarded up the attic. You didn't go in the attic. That house had a very weird feeling to it.
My aunt's old house on Callan Drive in Rossville.
Yeah,
that house is fucking haunted. I swear to God,
yeah.
Dude. That house is weird as fuck.
I don't like feeling that when you walk into a house and something's off.
And then whenever I done gutters, you'd pull up to some houses where they just had a weird vibe to them. But I never said nothing about that before. I was just like, oh, this. So places give you a fucking vibe.
Yeah.
My house, kind of. I swear to God, one day my grandmother was watching us. Me and Fallon. I was young. I was like 9. I was upstairs. I swear to God, I watched somebody a shadow walk from one room into my parents' room. Shadow figure. Swear to God. It scared the shit out of me. I sprinted down the steps at full speed. I think I was like probably 10 or 11. I seen that shit, and I never fucking told anybody about it. I've never told anybody about that, what I just told you.
Wow.
I swear to I swear to God I saw it, but I almost don't even believe myself whenever I say it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you start applying logic to it like it could have been.
But I swear to God I saw it, and I went. And it was weird because it was my grandmother was at my house, and it was just me, her, and then she wouldn't go upstairs. Weird. But after that, I ain't heard shit.
The most visceral response I've ever had to seeing something, I was with my cousin Nicholas riding a four-wheeler at night over in Lookout Valley on my papa's property. Just riding around in the dark. I'm sitting on the back of the four-wheeler, and at the back edge of the property is a cemetery, just an old like Lookout Valley cemetery.
Yeah.
Not really kept up. It's out in the middle of the woods. Nobody goes there. I don't know why it's there. There's a church up on top of the mountain, so it's tied to the church. But it's old. Nobody goes down. The church is just cinder block ruins now. And I can remember sitting in front of that graveyard on the back of the four-wheeler looking at the headstones. And my cousin would start flipping the lights on. And it was messing with my eyes. But I swear that I seen shoulders and like the chest, no head, white gown, like beside one of the headstones.
Dude, but did it make your adrenaline just go?
Pump and dump. I said, we got to go. And he didn't even question me because he was froze.
Did he see it too?
He seen whatever I seen. Our eyes either played the exact same trick or he seen what I seen. And I said, we got to go. And he immediately started full and we left. I didn't go back to that cemetery or anywhere around it. I was deer hunting over there for years. Never went anywhere. I ain't going back over there.
You know, my sister's still scared of the dark.
Really?
I just learned this the other day because I'm able to just walk through the darkness of like our house. Yeah. Just you remember whenever you're a kid, you turn the light off, trying to run to the room. Yeah. She still does shit like that.
Really?
Yeah, because I walked straight into the house, into my room, pitch black, and she was like, "You didn't even turn no lights on or nothing." I'm like, "No," and she's like, "I was like, are you scared of the dark?" She's like, "Kinda." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
I mean, I guess it can travel with you throughout life.
That's where I don't know about that. She'll get over it. That's fucking crazy.
We live in an unexplainable world.
Dude, I swear I need to go to the fucking Chickamauga battlefield with a Ouija board.
No.
Dude, they never work. I've used a Ouija board like 3 times.
They
do not work.
Get out of my house.
I've used one like 3 times. They don't work.
No, thank you.
That shit work.
I don't want anything to do with it.
Allegedly, Zozo is like the demon or whatever that comes with it. I probably shouldn't even mention his name.
Probably not.
But
thank you for that. I'll deal with that one.
And they say, what is it? Like, if you have like a welcome mat at your house, and like you're technically welcoming anything into your home.
You got to open the door.
And
if you hear a knock at the door and you verified there's no one there, do not open the door.
Dude, that would freak me the fuck out.
Do not open the door. If you open the door, ta-da!
Have you always been, well, hell, because we live in the city, so it's different. Because you probably know if somebody's coming down your driveway and shit and knock on your door. But where I live, I've always been told never even acknowledge, like if somebody knocks on the door and nobody either texted you or called you, said they're on their way, just don't even fucking answer the door. Just looking out the window at them. I always try to go upstairs. Here's the spot in my house. I'll go upstairs in the living room, the far right window, and you just barely open the blinds a little bit just to see. And then you'll just probably see somebody standing there, and you're like, all right, there's nobody home, dude. I'm not answering that fucking door. But if I ever had somebody knock on the fucking door and there was nobody there, that would freak me the fuck out.
Just leave it alone. Don't answer the door.
Don't they say that about vampires? They're like, if a vampire comes up to your fucking house and you open the door and say, oh, yeah, come in, that means they got you.
Yeah.
Old wise tales.
Old wise tales. That's all it takes. And it sticks with us through generations.
Fucking crazy.
You just talk about that shit. And it's like it has no implication or effect on your life at all, but it's ingrained. Why? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, shit. This is going to be a fucking hell of a day, dude. That's going to be a bombshell.
You're in for it.
I'm glad that nothing has happened so far because I'm waiting. I literally, every time my phone goes, I'm like, dun. Literally jaws. Dun it. Just hope everything goes over smooth. It won't. And we should be good. Never does go over smooth, dude.
No. But maybe this one will.
We can handle this like civilized individuals. Just walk away.
It'll be fine.
Allegedly.
Give it a week.
Here's what's fucked up. It's all happening today of all days, dude.
I know.
After all, oh my God.
Well, with that, we'll leave our 15 listeners
in the dark for the next week. We'll let you know how that shit goes. I might tell.
No context.
Yeah. I might tell on the next one.